if there's something that I want to thank the pandemic for, it's really putting mental health in the forefront of all the needs, because every child right now is in danger of the development in terms of their social emotional health. Not just the child, but also all of the stakeholders, which are teachers, parents, grandparents, because all of us went through the pandemic for 2 years.
That's true. But let's start with the students. How did that impact them? How did the pandemic impact them?
If you talk to any child psychologist now, they're fully booked, Pinky, until probably to, to next year because of all the counseling needed.
Mhm.
When we discussed the issue of mental health with the other school directors, we did programs like, instead of parent-teacher conference, instead of the usual parent-teacher conference, is a student-teacher conference wherein students are able to speak to their teachers one-on-one in order for them to share what they're feeling, if the families are not available or if they're not comfortable speaking to their families. But there definitely is a 1.5-year gap because of the pandemic. But in terms of mental health, this will be felt for the years to come, even for the younger children who we think does not remember the pandemic because they're too young. All of it is imprinted in their development, and we will feel this for a couple of years.
Okay, it sounds like it's further going to compound. Not only are we going to try and catch up with the education gap that we've missed, but we now have to also deal with mental health aspects, and we need to add that obviously to the way we cater to our students. Teach Tina, if there was a list, what would be the top of the list of some of the problems or challenges that you want to be addressed in the coming school year? Things that we've learned from over the past 2 years, perhaps.
Well, if you're talking about the goal of DepEd right now is to have 28 million for this school year. 28 million students means around 90 million plus stakeholders. That includes parents, grandparents, teachers, and I'm glad that the parent-teacher associations are here and the representative for teachers are here, because we're all stakeholders. If that's 90 million stakeholders and the Philippines is 115 million, then most of the people are learning stakeholders. What's top of the list? We need to reconnect with our students when they come back and ask them, how were the 2 years? How did you feel during the 2 years? Are there emotions that you need to process prior to the coming? There are fears, there are anxieties. Back to school stress is inevitable. There was separation anxiety prior to the pandemic, but this is a different one because they also fear getting sick when they come in. Are we processing the same question with the parents? Are they fearful to bring their kids to school? Are we educating the stakeholders or the parents, telling them it is also detrimental for the children not to go back to school because the age, especially the average, let's say a grade schooler or a tween or a teen, especially the high schoolers, this is the time that they need to be making friends and to be socializing, and having them 24/7 at home really affected their social emotional domain. So are we asking the questions prior to delivering the cognitive or the curricular module?
Let's ask the same question to Mr. Willie Rodriguez. What challenges, ano ho kaya yung mga challenges o yung mga problema that you want to be addressed in the new school year? Yung doable, what must be done right here, right now? Okay. Opo, opo. Opo, okay. Opo, thank you. Kay Congresswoman Castro, mabilis lang po. Ang haba po nung listahan that need to be addressed no sa mga teachers. Pero siguro if I were to ask you, what are the top 3 that need to be addressed as soon as possible?